Hello and welcome to news broadcasts on TayNinhTV with some latest events in the province as well as in nationwide. And now we come into details. On the morning of May 10, the State Steering Committee for Important National and Key Projects of the Transport Sector have its 17th online meeting between the government headquarters and 49 provinces and centrally run cities.
Currently, the projects under the steering committee include 37 projects over 95 component projects with a total investment capital over 1 million billion Vietnam dong. And the steering committee and the Prime Minister have chaired 16 meetings and have directly inspected the site many times, worked with the localities to direct the removal of difficulties and obstacles, and urge the progress of projects. Concluding the meeting, the Prime Minister requested members of steering committees at all levels to review and promote the work promptly and flexibly every month and effectively handle outstanding and pending issues. The steering committees operate with a spirit of telling the truth, doing the truth, achieving the real results, and ensuring that the people benefit from it, and absolutely avoiding formalism. The Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính requested to focus on mobilizing the entire political system to complete the site clearance for projects. And on the morning of May 10, the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment held a plenary session within the framework of the National Online Conference to deploy the plan to implement the Resolution number 57 of the Politburo on breakthroughs in the science, technology, innovation, and national digital transformation in agriculture and environment, along with the related documents. Minister of Agriculture and Environment Đỗ Đức Duy chaired the conference at the main connecting point in Bắc Ninh province. And at the connecting point, Mr. Trần Văn Quy, Deputy Director of the Department of Agriculture and Environment, chaired the conference. At the conference, delegates assessed the current situation and solutions to promote the development of science, technology, and digital transformation, notably the results of implementing more than 1,200 programs, projects, and scientific and technological tasks in the period of 2021 to 2025, of which more than 730 tasks have been completed, creating hundreds of new plant and animal varieties, along with thousands of scientific articles and effective application models in practice. In addition, the conference also disseminated the main contents of Plan number 503 to implement the Resolution number 57 site cooperation agreements to implement Resolution number 57 in the agriculture environment sector. The thematic section was divided into 4 groups of key contents, including cultivation, plant protection, forestry, livestock, veterinary, aquaculture, environment, water resources, irrigation, disaster prevention and control, climate change, to discuss orientation for each field, which was also held in the afternoon of the same day. Over the past 5 years, the aviation movement military logistics sector follows synchronous teachings, with many specialized simulation movements has been effectively responded to by officers and soldiers in the Provincial Border Force, such as Fight Good Military Medicine Movement, building and managing regular, clean, green, beautiful barracks, and safe, economical, and effective management of gasoline and oil movement, creating many positive changes. The work of increasing production and raising livestock to improve the meals for soldiers has been promoted also. The military medical work, pandemic prevention and control, and the health care for soldiers also ensured. Financial management and logistic facilities are strictly implemented. At the conference, the Lieutenant Provincial Border Command awarded certificates of merit to collectives and individuals with outstanding achievements in the aviation movement. The Army Logistics sector follows the co-host teaching for the period of 2020 to 2025.
The People's Committee of TayNinhTV Province had just issued to organize the implementation of Decision number 755 dated April 13, 2025 of the Prime Minister on promulgating the plan to implement the conclusion of the Politburo and the Secretariat on the project to arrange the inspection agency system to be streamlined, strong, efficient, effective, and efficient. According to the plan, the Provincial Inspectorate and the Department's People's Committees of District, Towns, and City will propagate investigate, disseminate, and thoroughly understand the context of conclusion number 134 dated March 28, 2025 of the Police Bureau and the Secretariat, decision number 755 dated April 13, 2025 of the Prime Minister, study, propose, and give comments on the draft legal regulations on inspection, develop, promulgate a project to organize the inspection agency system in the province, review, compare statistics, and evaluate the current status of functions, tasks, organization structure, staff of civil servants, performing inspection work, and working equipment of district-level inspectors, department inspectors, and provincial inspectorates. Arrange the organization structure and personnel of the provincial inspectorate on the basis of ending the activities of the district inspectorate and department inspectorates to reorganize them into organizations under the provincial. Arrange and allocate headquarters, facilities, and supplement funding sources for the provincial inspectorate to ensure continuous and uninterrupted performance of tasks.
Strongly innovate the works of recruiting, training, fostering, appointing, prorating, strengthening, and elevating careers and civil servants in a practical direction for the purpose of finding people based on specific, measurable products.
This is one of the new points of the draft law on courts and civil servants amended that the Ministry of Home Affairs is drafting to submit to the National Assembly for comments and discussion in this National Assembly section. Along with the mergers and arrangement administrative units that have been vigorously implemented in the draft law on the courts and civil servants, the management of civil servants by job position and evaluation by the KPI are expected to help limit the situation of emotional-based evaluation, changing the mindset from doing the job to get it done and to doing it to get results, and thereby solving the problems of redundancies in the current apparatus reform. According to the representative of the Ministry of Home Affairs, the clear establishment of job position is considered a tool as spread throughout the recruitment, yield management, training, rewards, discipline, even salary reform. In the future, when we manage and use the job position system, it is a basic tool to change the entire mechanisms of managing our civil servants from the management, yield evaluation stages. Even the output results and the salary are also based on job positions. And the latest draft of the law on civil servants also clearly stipulates that in case where the civil servants are classified as not completing their tasks, the management agencies can transfer them to a position with the lower requirements or dismiss them. And if they fail to complete their tasks for the 2 consecutive years, the civil servants will be forced to resign. Why do we have to abandon the mindset of a lifelong civil servant? If you do not meet the standards, are not competent, and lack responsibility in your work, you will, of course, be screened out of the orbit. Civil servants are public servants, and the draft law on civil servants is the term has a very clear management principle in the law, harmoniously combining the position, title standards with a staffing quota. And it is clear that this revised law is not only a step forward in administrative reform, but also opens up opportunities to create a team of professional civil servants with practical capacity, especially in the context of the strong merger of administrative units. The reasonable and effective location of the personnel will create a streamlined, strong administrative system and truly serve the people in the best way. And in implementing the Rural Industry Development Strategy to 2030 with a vision to 2045, TayNinhTV province focuses on preserving and developing traditional occupation, craft villages, and traditional craft villages in conjunction with improving the quality, design, product traceability, and food hygiene and safety, diversifying agricultural industry products in the direction of one commune, one product. Currently, there are about 17,000 households operating in the rural industry sector in the province, with an estimated workforce of nearly 50,000 people. The total value of rural industry products is about 9,500 billion Vietnam dong per year, with the traditional occupations and traditional craft villages alone reaching more than 50 billion Vietnam dong. In recent years, in parallel with recognizing traditional occupations and craft villages, the province has also supported the organization of many industrial promotion activities for households and production establishments and enterprises also. At the same time, support the trade promotion of this exhibition fairs in many fields, including the rural industry. In addition, the province also implements a number of scientific and technological research topics to serve the development of rural industry at the provincial levels and organizes tourism and festival activities associated with preserving and promoting the cultural values of traditional industries.
Ladies and gentlemen, on May 9, the Provincial Police coordinated with the People's Security University to organize a professional exchange on practice in ensuring workers' security in industrial parks.
Attending the meeting, there were Colonel Lê Văn Thuận, Deputy Director of the Provincial Police. For the People's Security University Associate Professor Dr. Colonel Nguyễn Trần Hiếu, Principal of the school and lecturers of the Faculty of the Economic Security. At the meeting, the Deputy Director of Provincial Police informed about the outstanding results achieved by the police force in the past time and shared experiences in handling some complicated situations regarding security and order at enterprises, experience in ensuring industrial park security, worker security, financial security, currency investment, and border economic joint security. On behalf of the working delegation, Associate Professor Dr. Colonel Nguyễn Trần Hiếu, Vice Principal of the People's Security University, emphasized that through the practical exchanges, it helps the lecturers consolidate their knowledge, vivid practical experiences, and close the requirements of actual works and accumulate experience to serve the teaching process. Within the framework of the program, the working delegation presented 70 gifts to the workers, union members, and the poor and forces participating in the protecting security and order at the grassroots level.
In the atmosphere of the 2025 Vesak Festival, Padang Mountain National Tourist Area, TayNinh Province, has become a spiritual gathering place where many scariest and meaningful rituals take place. One of the more touching movements of the festival is the night of releasing lantern, when thousands of Buddhists and tourists light candles, sending messages of compassion, peace, and deep gratitude.
One of the most touching moments of the festival is the night of releasing the lanterns, when thousands of Buddhists and tourists light candles, sending messages of compassion, peace, and deep gratitude. In the sacred space of the root of the south, thousands of Buddhists and tourists from many countries have lit candles, symbolizing the light of wisdom, compassion, and praying for a peaceful and happy world. It is not only a religious ceremony, but also a cultural and human event, expressing the aspiration for the peace of the Vietnamese people and the Buddhists around the world. This is the first time I have come and participated in the 2025 Buddhist Birthday Festival. I'm very moved, and when releasing the flower lanterns, I have a wish that my country will always be eternal. The wishes and thoughts of everyone to be sent into those flower lanterns to send to the whole world that they want peace and all living beings to enjoy the peace and happiness every family is peaceful. I release the flower lanterns. First of all, I pray for the national peace and prosperity, for Vietnam to become increasingly prosperous and the whole world to have peace, and then I pray for my family members to be safe, happy, and prosperous. The flower lanterns night to pray for peace entered in a solemn and emotional atmosphere. The simmering lights not only show respect but also convey the belief and aspiration for the national peace and prosperity, favorable weather and favorable winds. As a sharp part of the Vesak 2025 Festival at the Padang Mountain National Tourist Area, this ritual has become a connecting to spread the message of compassion, wisdom, solidarity, and love to a large number of Buddhists at home and abroad. And the Department of Food Safety under Ministry of Health has issued a document requesting to strengthen inspection, post-inspection, and detection of advertising of food and functional foods on media, social networks, etc. The Department of Food Safety requests unit to strengthen inspection, post-inspection, and detection of advertising of food and functional foods on media, social networks, e-commerce sites, e-commerce platforms, and strictly handle related violations. Publicly implement and warn of links and addresses that violate the law so that the consumers avoid buying and using food and functional food products on those links and addresses to avoid affecting the health and the economy.
The Orient recently in Ninh Bình province, a workshop will have using cultural industries as the lever for Ninh Bình tourism to take off.
The workshop has practical significance where enthusiastic and intellectual opinions with orientation and long-term visions are received and practical solutions are proposed based on the foundation of developing cultural industry to create momentum for rapid and sustainable development of tourism in Ninh Bình province. Ninh Bình was clearly identified the goal that by 2030, tourism will become a key economic sector contributing to 8% of GDP. And the workshop is not only a professional activity with a high practical significance, but also a specific step in the process of realizing the national cultural industry development strategy.
The business community hopes that Resolution 68 will soon come into effect, creating favorable conditions for the private economic sector to access all national resources, making the private economy the most important driving forces in the country's economic development.
In 2024, this private group paid more than 13,400 million Vietnam dong to the state budget, an increase of 48% over the same period last year. With positive business results, the group has spent more than 100 billion Vietnam dong on the social security activities. With resolution number 68 being issued, the group is looking forward to these contents being institutionalized soon and is ready for the task of building high-speed railway tracks under the direction of the Prime Minister. Among the party resolutions so far, I see this as one of the resolutions whose details and provisions are very clear, completely removing all the indemnities of private enterprises so far. I believe that resolution number 68 will help private enterprises accelerate strongly, contributing to the development of era of Vietnam. The private economic sector is like a spring that has been compressed for a long time, and resolution number 68 of the Police Bureau is like a pulse, helping to untie the spring so that the spring can spring out, develop strongly, commensurate with its potential capacity and huge development space, contributing worthily to the overall development process of the country. The National Assembly is making laws and will institutionalize more specifically the party's policies and guidelines to Resolution number 68 on the private economy, as well as Resolution number 57 on science, technology, innovation, and digital transformation. Those are the quintessence of the Resolution number 68 on the private economy. In just nearly 2 months, the resolution number 68 has been completed, issued promptly, and received a high appreciation. And in addition to changes in thinking, awareness, and viewpoints, as well as ensuring business freedom for private enterprises, the resolution has also put forward many specific policy groups that businesses are looking forward to.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.